home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
It went in.
The People's Open is back. See the PGA Tour's best tee it up at the 2022 Waste Management Phoenix Open, presented by Taylor Morrison, February 7th through the 13th at TPC Scottsdale. Get full tournament info at WMPhoenixOpen.com.
Your favorite radio station.
And now you're up to date on the news. Stand by for weather and traffic right after this.
It wakes you up, starts your day, and keeps you informed as well as entertained.
You guys are absolutely the best.
How'd you like to work here?
At the Fanatic, we're looking for commissioned sales reps to knock on doors, set up appointments, and extol the benefits of advertising with your favorite radio station. Send your resume to jobs at 1580thefanatic.com.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-ProCopy. That's 602-776-2679.
Contractors, are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go. Serving all types of contractors of any size, licensed in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit CBIalliance.com.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And in case you didn't hear, just a little bit ago, Sean Payton retired as head coach of the New Orleans Saints. And you can probably turn on the NFL Network. I'm sure he's still rambling on and on and on. Oh, my God, Sean Payton. I don't understand how, if this is the way he was as a coach, just rambling on and on, I don't know how they got any practice done. They probably were like, okay. And then they're practicing while pretending to still listen to him because he just goes on and on.
That was how he got them to practice hard. Just hey, if we go to practice, will you shut up?
I have a feeling we're going to find out that he just got out of the dentist chair and he has no idea what he's saying right now. He's probably tomorrow going to be like, I did what? What? No, I didn't retire. What are you talking about? But yeah, he did. He retired. And somebody gave me some crap on Twitter saying, well, this is what happens when somebody who has good things to say about the city and he's very heartfelt. Hey, listen, I get heartfelt, but this is heartfelt rambling on and on and on. It never ends. He's probably still going.
Retire. And then if you want to have a heartfelt, whatever about the city, take out an ad in the paper.
Yeah. Yes. Take an ad out in the paper and do it that way. Because I don't mind somebody giving a long speech. I don't mind as long as it's interesting and compelling.
Yeah.
You know, some people
Yeah.
go on and on and on and talk, and you're just like, what's happening here? I have no idea what he's trying to say. And he told some just bizarre stories that made no sense to anybody. And I am pretty sure he's probably leaving because he's just starting his own weed business. You know, he's probably growing and selling his own weed. That is the only thing that makes sense after hearing him ramble on and on. The only thing that was missing from Sean Payton's little press conference there was him explaining why God intended us to use weed. You know what I mean? He just sounded like the guy who was at the other end of the couch at every party you ever went to in high school and college, where he's like, oh man, that's what it is. It's just like a big stone rambling right now of Sean Payton. And he's on there. He goes, oh, you know, maybe I'd like to do some broadcasting. I think I'd be pretty good at it. Okay. And then nobody in the crowd was like, yay. They're like, awkward.
Okay.
Well, not if you keep going on like that. So anyways, yes, now Sean Payton has stepped down as the coach of the Saints. A lot of people are already speculating what he might do. He's 58 years old. He's got $24 million in the bank. He didn't have to do anything. The Saints own him for 3 more years. So if he does go and work for, everybody speculates, the Cowboys as a possibility as a head coach,
no,
they're going to have to pay those 3 years back to the Saints.
No.
What?
He's going to sit out for a year. And then next year, when Kime and Kingsbury are shown the door, he's coming to Phoenix.
And then the Cardinals will have to pay those extra 2 years because the Saints aren't letting him off the hook. You know, he's on contract. So
that's okay.
They're not going to, what I mean by that is there'll be some consideration. It won't be paying the full contract, but they're like, we hold the contract. If you want them, what do you got for us? You know, what are you bringing to us as a tribute? So you want him as your coach, huh?
Well, listen, he's got a Super Bowl win. He's got a proven offensive scheme. I think he's looking for a new challenge, and I think he wants to move to Phoenix, Arizona. And so that's what's going to happen.
And more to the point is Sean Payton was 1 game away from making the playoffs with the roster he had.
True. Good point.
Yep.
And then what we should do is give him the Sean Payton hour every, say, Wednesday. No, listen, let me hear me out. Every Wednesday at 3 p.m. is the Sean Payton hour. We get the whole damn day off because he ain't going to stop till 6 or 7.
It will literally be the Sean Payton hour.
We just open up the pipe and we go have some lunch. That's it.
Just every Monday on the Daily Blender, it's the Sean Payton hour. He'll talk from 3 until 6.
And then we replay it the next day.
And it's on Friday.
Sean, we're all headed to
and Friday. We'll replay it on Friday.
Sean, we're all headed to Burroughs. Want anything and he'll just continue talking and then
he's not even acknowledge our existence.
No.
So okay. I don't know. I think he just maybe he's done. You think he's done, or do you think he's just done with the Saints?
I think he's done with the Saints. Sean Payton likes to have a good, dynamic quarterback running his system. And they don't really have a way to get one because they're not that bad of a football team. And then, of course, they're going through a rebuild and they have no cap space. How long is he going to be there before that team actually turns around to get competitive again? That could be wasted years. What if you step away from it, recharge the batteries?
I'm telling you, he's coming to Phoenix.
Whose idea was it to get $75 million in cap trouble? Whose idea? Was it the GM or was it Sean Payton's?
That has to be the general manager. I mean, that you're signing people in the hopes that, that they'll bring something to the team, but you're giving too much money and you're not being wise.
Well, whose idea was it to give Taysom Hill $40 million? Whose idea was that? GM or
GM.
Sean Payton?
GM. I think it was a GM.
Definitely both of them.
Yeah, Sean Payton had to be involved.
Loved Taysom Hill. But the Taysom Hill money was a lot of it was incentive based. So it wasn't that actually is that's what's going up against the cap.
Hey, I don't care about any of this stuff here. Let's talk about when he comes to Phoenix and how he's going to fix Phoenix and how we're going to up in a damn Super Bowl and win. That's what I want to talk about.
Everybody's going to have to ask themselves, do we want Sean Payton as a coach? If the answer is yes, okay, well, how much money are we going to have to give, or how many draft picks are we going to have to give over to the New Orleans Saints to get that? It's up to you if you think it's going to be worth it.
Here's what I think. We'll send old Kyler Murray over there. Sean will come in, pick his quarterback. Aaron Rodgers will follow Sean Payton. It's a done deal. I've already got it written in stone. Just sign here on the damn dotted line. There you go.
No,
Aaron
listen.
Rodgers and Sean Payton for Kyler Murray.
That is fake
Done.
news because Choro, who just sent me the cap space, tabs for the teams, and it shows Saints are 74 million over the cap as we sit here. He also put on the Facebook that Pat McAfee, who's buddies with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers goes on his show and does his little,
every Tuesday.
Weirdo show. And he says absolutely going to be Aaron Rodgers going to the Colts. Now, if that happens, I don't like Aaron Rodgers, but I'm happy.
But you don't have to like the people on your team.
I will never like him, but I'm happy because that is a guy that can get us, the Super Bowl. We have all the other pieces minus that one. And
that's the most important one.
Choro says it would be worth it, no question. I believe that the worth it part is Sean Payton showing up as a coach for the Cardinals. More likely, he'll show up as a coach for the Packers. Not the Packers, the floor is fine, but he'll show up either the Cowboys, who there's been a lot of speculation about that.
No.
I haven't even heard the Cardinals in that conversation.
Cardinals, they're the quiet. They're the quiet ones right now. They're the unidentified team that is seeking his services.
Don't think it works this way, Big George. But he says, here, Randy, I agree with you. Send Kyler Murray to the New Orleans Saints in return for Sean Payton. Then fire Kyman Kingsbury. Let Payton draft his own quarterback next year.
Yep.
Ever since Drew Brees came and went, what has Sean Payton really affected in any draft? Or do we still just blame that GM only? Because he had a part in all this. He had a part in Jameis Winston. He had a part in Taysom Hill. He had a part in nameless whoever's. I mean, seriously, but Sean Payton's a good coach, but I don't know if you give him the GM tab.
You don't. There's the two structures that the NFL works with right now. You either hire the general manager, and the general manager is running the show, and he hires the coach and everybody else. Or you hire the coach, and the coach is more running the show, and then he hires the general manager, essentially, and goes, you do what I want. Sean Payton was in the structure where the general manager was the guy running the show. So when it comes to Jameis, he had a say, and he had a say in Simeon and Taysom Hill, obviously. But the general manager was the guy that was making the decision, certainly, on where a lot of these things were going to go.
And it wasn't Payton's fault that Jameis Winston went out and got himself hurt. Who knows how it would have happened this year, how Jameis Winston would have progressed this year. Certainly, we will never know because Sean Payton is coming to Arizona. And that's, Super Bowl, here we come. That's all I have to say.
How many other teams are interested in Sean Payton at this
Doesn't matter
moment?
because he's coming to Arizona. Did you guys hear me? Is this mic on? Hello?
I think a lot of teams.
Sorry, I have a delusion filter in my headphones, so sometimes I don't hear it.
If you think Aaron Rodgers is going to the Colts, then my delusion filter is also clogged, and I didn't hear that either. So,
all right, well, I'll tell you what, Randy. I will agree to your delusion if you agree to my delusion.
Maybe.
That Sean Payton is going to be the Cardinals' next head coach, and Aaron Rodgers will be the Colts' next quarterback.
All right.
Can we agree on that?
I'll see that, and I'll raise you one.
Okay.
Sean Payton comes to Arizona. Derek Carr is the new starting quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. And Super Bowl, here we come.
What?
Yep, there it is.
Are you?
I just laid all my cards on the damn table, ladies and gentlemen.
Sure, that's what you want?
There, Kyler. Bye. We're gonna get a leader in here. And we're going to get a tall quarterback who can see down the damn field. That's what we're going to do.
So are you going to give yourself a flag right
yourself.
now?
Yeah.
I have to know because you weren't even joking.
I did not insult Kyler Murray. I said Derek Carr was tall. I did
a tall
not
quarterback
insult
in here.
I said we're going to get a tall quarterback in here.
As opposed to.
And I did not say a damn thing.
That was a compliment that had collateral damage right there.
No, sorry. I don't care. We need somebody in here that can get this team fired up. What I saw Derek Carr doing in this last playoff series and the way he talked, I want him on my team. And Sean Payton's going to come in.
You mean I got to tell you, Randy,
figured out.
I would complain about your officiating, but then I was like, it's just as good as the rest of the officiating we see. So what's the point? I guess I'm not going to complain about that.
I think this one's just so clearly biased. I actually understand.
All right, Donahue.
What are you talking about? What are you
whatever
talking
your
about?
name is.
Okay, you paid a compliment that was somehow a backhanded insult to your own quarterback.
No.
No?
Lost
Okay.
Toby says, since we're talking crazy, Rodgers is going to the 49ers to back up Trey Lance. Oh yeah, that'll happen. Since we're talking crazy.
No. See, now that's delusional.
Now we're talking straight jackets and just like frothing at the mouth. That's too far.
Oh, look at that. Joe the Show says, yeah, it was my birthday. It's my birthday week. And the other day I rolled the dice on the Rams, the Bengals, and the Niners. And then just last night, I met Larry Fitzgerald, the legend himself, and Buda Baker at the Suns game. There they are riding in an elevator together.
Hey, how about that?
That's
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool there, Joe the Show. That's awesome. Baker's Cocky Hen says, new Saints head coach, Kevin James.
But why didn't they just bring in Kevin James? No one even have noticed Sean was gone. They look exactly alike.
Yeah, I'd have been fooled. Blissful Hayes says, so Aaron Rodgers would back up Carson Wentz if he signed with the Colts? Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what would happen. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is backing up anybody.
You get Aaron Rodgers, and then you find some poor stupid team that needs a quarterback, and you peddle Carson Wentz onto them and let him take him.
Here's what it is. I get the Aaron Rodgers, then I take the blue pill so I forget that Carson Wentz ever existed. That's what I do. By the way, that new Matrix movie, garbage. Oh my God, it was bad. Did you watch it?
Really?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, pointless. We didn't need it. There was no point to it. The whole thing. And then the climactic ending was just like, in a bar? Really? No. I'm sorry. I don't even care if that spoiled anything. I don't think it did, but I don't care.
I don't think it did because I don't understand what you mean by that. So
it was bad. It was bad. Yeah, the dude from How I Met Your Mother couldn't even save it. It was bad. So bad. Trust me on this. If you like The Matrix, don't even bother. It's like watching Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
Is it that? Oh my
God. It's bad.
That's too bad.
And I'm saying that before I tell you this, today is opposite day. Now, wasn't oppositing what I just said, but just so you know, in case some dumbass kid comes up to you, says something completely stupid, and you're like, what? And they go, it's opposite day. Here, poke you in the eye. It's opposite day. The opposite would have been, I wouldn't have poked you in the eye if I hadn't started that crap, stupid. Anyway, but yeah, it's opposite day. And I don't know. Got good news, bad news. You want some good news or bad news? Which one do you want, Randy?
It's good news. Hit me with the good news.
How about them Suns, man? 115 to 109 over the Jazz. I get it. The Jazz didn't really have their full squadron, and they gave them a game. They did. They gave them a game. But the Suns pull out the win, and all is well. And, of course, now they're going to play again on Wednesday. I don't know if the missing pieces for the Jazz will be back by then, but things are going along quite nicely for our Phoenix Suns. Everything is good there. Everything is good.
All right.
And I think that the thing that's interesting to watch the Suns is that they play as hard as they need to win. And I think that's smart.
Well, they had to play a little harder than they thought they would last night. Devin Booker was doing his normal duty with 33 points. Chris Paul had 27 points, but he had to get 15 of those in the fourth quarter just to get him, over the hump there. It was a closer game than the score even indicated, but
duty.
Cam Johnson did a nice job. Crowder, of course, as you know, out. DeAndre Ayton out with that right ankle sprain. By the way, when is he supposed to come back? Any word on DeAndre Ayton and when he is supposed to return? Because here we are waiting for him to get in there and show us what he's worth, show us that max contract, and now he's sitting on a bench again. So kind of curious about that. The bad news, ASU got their asses whooped last night. 78 to 56. USC just dismantled them. It was kind of a game in the first half, but then USC just pulled away and made it ugly. And Arizona State University next Saturday goes to Arizona.
Not really bad news, though. We kind of expected ASU to suck against the California teams.
The only excuse you could say is, well, the coach was suspended, a couple of other players too, so that's why. But no, it's not why. ASU is just not very good right now.
They're not. I mean, you're now 6-11. You went into that game 6-10, so you can't blame it on that. You're just having an awful season.
So what's going to happen is next Monday, when all the Arizona trolls get on here and start giving us a hard time, my only response is going to be, 77 to was it 70 to 7? That's all I'm going to say. 70 to 7. And if you text that in, I'm going to say you said 70 to 7. That's all I'm going to say. Because listen, in football, you guys suck. In basketball, right now, we kind of suck. So there's no point in even gloating or making a big deal out of it.
Kind of suck.
Kind of. Yep. George says, no, not suck. Awful game. Bobby Hurley and ASU. How much longer are we going to give Bobby Hurley till they fire him? Fire Bobby Hurley, he says. We'll probably give a longer than you would because your first go-to is fire whoever. But are we getting to that point? Is it about time to start thinking of somebody other than Bobby Hurley for Arizona State University?
I mean, ASU had a pretty decent team last season, and they broke up the band and brought in some new guys for no apparent reason. We lost one guy to Kansas. We lost two other guys to GCU. There's something going on at Tempe. I've been saying it, and I was reassured by people on the Twitterverse. It's, oh, no, these are better players. Really?
So far, I've not seen that to be true.
How's that working out for you there?
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe now we are getting to that point. Maybe we are.
I think we're going to see the back of Bobby Hurley here pretty quick.
Choro says, I stopped watching that Matrix movie about 30 minutes in. Yeah, I guess I wish I had done that, but I watched the whole thing. I was really bummed out. Heavy Metal Maniac says, Cowboys trade Dak Prescott to New Orleans for the right to hire Sean Payton, and the Cowboys sign Aaron Rodgers. Go Cowboys.
Here's the problem with that.
It's a lot of
Dak makes a lot of money, and the Saints don't have any.
Yeah, the Saints are so far in. I mean, I don't know how they're going to recover from this. I mean, they got to trade some people off. They got to set. I mean,
yeah, this is
no more hot water in the bathrooms. How are they going to pay for this?
Well, honestly, if I were the Saints, since Sean Payton already went ahead and retired, I'd just blow the whole thing up. Just start from scratch. Start selling off parts. Just try to get some draft picks and build this thing up from the beginning so that I can get some talent in here that's good, but also I can afford them.
Okay, but here's the problem. They are upside down. You know that term in a house. You're upside down in the house, meaning you owe way more than you're going to get if you sell it or it's worth. So if you're trying to sell off pieces, you've got guys who are getting overpaid. Nobody's going to want to trade for them. Nobody's going to want to pay those guys' salaries because they've overpaid for some of their pieces.
Yeah, and you're just going to have to take those or do the thing that the Rams and the Lions were able to do, where the Lions were like, yeah, we're going to take Jared Goff and his awful, awful contract for the draft picks. So when we give you Stafford, we're also going to get a bunch of draft picks in return. And that's the only way that you're able to make that work is to find some team that's willing to take your bad contracts, and you're going to have to give up draft picks to do it. It's going to be a total rebuild.
One of the things that I kind of glossed over, and I didn't mean to because I just had my papers in the wrong place. Congratulations to James Jones of the Phoenix Suns signing that multi-year contract extension for a GM who deserves it. Boy, that guy is the poster child. That guy's picture should be in the dictionary next to deserves multi-year contract. James Jones has come in and made a huge difference in this Phoenix Suns organization. Absolutely killing it. So congratulations to James Jones, and smart move by the Suns, locking him down for a few more years. That guy is the man. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, let's talk some NBA. I got to talk about Grayson Allen for a moment. I've hated him since I've met him. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The Arizona Coyotes are in action this evening as they match up against the Pittsburgh Penguins on the road. The Penguins are about as heavy a favorite you are going to see in an NHL regular season game. The Penguins pay out at minus 465 on the money line. If the Coyotes were to win, they would pay out at plus 350. The over-under has been set at 6 goals, and the Penguins are favored by 2.5. Most NHL games have a spread of 1.5. College basketball tonight, Arizona favored by 3.5 at UCLA. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
AZ Preps 365 is your headquarters for all things high school sports in Arizona. Brett Quintine, James Mello, and Jose Garcia keep you up to speed with all the action, highlights, interviews, and insider information for the prep sports scene. You need to tune in to AZ Preps 365 every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com. Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at Pro Copy. For over 20 years, Pro Copy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share Pro Copy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The Pro Copy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with Pro Copy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602 Pro Copy. That's 602-776-2679.
Time for some smart saving. Put money aside, not your child's future education.
I'm Arizona State Treasurer Kimberly Yee. The sooner you start an AZ 529 education savings plan, the more money you'll have when your little one graduates high school. Invest just $15 a month and you could have thousands of dollars saved for their education needs. Go to az529.gov so when it's time to achieve their dreams, they can.
Now that's smart saving. Sponsored by the Office of the Arizona State Treasurer.
The NFL playoffs are in full go mode. The league's way of weeding out the posers and bringing out the champions.
Hey, if we're going to win, it's going to be on us.
It's do or die playoff football.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
And we're getting you set with all the news, analysis, inside info, predictions, and more. Let's talk playoff football.
Let's go, boys.
The NFL postseason happens here. Your home for the NFL. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
David Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Coming up at 5 o'clock, Michigan State takes on Illinois. Just to piss you off. That's happening right here on 1580, The Fanatic. Listen, people, I've started. I wish I'd started with the DraftKings earlier in the season, at the beginning of the season. If I'd have known it was this easy and this much fun to be able to organize my stuff and do my stuff and research my stuff and make my bets and stuff. Oh my God. I waited too long because now football season is going to be over and I got to try to figure out, other sports, to try to do a little bit of betting. I'm thinking NBA seems hard. NHL has got to ups and downs. I think I'm going to be a prop bet kind of guy or an end game kind of guy. I don't know yet how I'm going to do that, but I'll tell you what, if you want to try to make a little money and have a little fun and get into this craze called sports betting here in Arizona now that it's legal, you got to get on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Get that thing, download it, use promo code BET1580, and you can get 56-1 odds on any NFL team. Just bet $5 to win $280 in free bets if your team wins. The promo code BET1580. Do that with the DraftKings, and I love it because I got it on my computer now, by the way. You can use it as an app on your phone. It's very convenient, but I like to have it up on the board and do research and do stuff. So seeing it on the computer is really nice. And so every time I log in, I see, look, there's where I'm up $50. It's a good feeling. I probably should get more done around the house, though. But anyway, so if you want to get in on the fun, get the DraftKings app, use promo code BET1580, and let the games begin. Remember, got to be 21 years or older, Arizona residents only. Gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. This is for new customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. So, all right. So before we went to break, I didn't mean to say since I met him. I meant to say since I seen him. I've never met Grayson Allen. It just came. I got to remember I had COVID, so stuff just coming out of my mouth. Anyway, ever since I first came across Grayson Allen, he was playing for Duke, if I'm not mistaken.
He was.
Dirty player.
Even then.
Useless player. I don't know how he made it into the NBA. In fact, I remember back at the time, during March Madness, turning into somebody and saying, God, I hate this guy. You think he's going to make it in the NBA? Not a chance. And now here he is. So give me the positives on Grayson Allen before I launch into what this is really about. Is he a great shooter? Is he a great defensive guy? Is he a great point guard? What the hell is he contributing to his team?
He's a really good shooter, and he can handle the basketball. Grayson Allen is a talented basketball player. He can go to the basket. He's got good handles. He can do a lot of the things that you're asking a guy to do. He seems willing to come off the bench if you want him in that second unit where he's really damn good. He does a lot for the Bucks because that spacing is necessary if you're going to play with Giannis. He needs that space in the middle where, he's not getting double and triple teamed, and Grayson Allen can help you with that space.
Well, Grayson Allen just helped Alex Caruso. Remember Chucky from Rugrats who played for the Lakers? And we were all laughing about how he looked like Chucky from Rugrats, not Chucky, but Timmy with the headband and everything, little bald fella. Well, now he is on the Bulls. And on Friday, Grayson Allen did his Grayson Allen thing, did a just beyond, it's not even a foul. It was just an assault as a little Alex Caruso went up to try to, dunk the ball. And he hit him once, hit him twice in this little spin move thing he did, sent Alex Caruso down to the deck, and he broke his wrist. And of course, he's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. You know how long Grayson Allen is going to be out for this? 1 game.
Wow.
Does that seem right?
I saw what he did. That's a multi-game suspension at least.
Why?
At least.
Why did they not do more than 1 game on him? How is he getting away with this?
I have no idea. This is an oversight by the league office. It has to be, because you can't have plays like that in the game of basketball. I mean, we see what's going to happen to Alex Caruso. A broken wrist. The guy's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. That's not fair to him. That's his livelihood. It's not fair to the Chicago Bulls, who are having a great season, but they're missing some guys due to just injuries. And here's another one that didn't have to happen. I want that out of the game. I'm sure the NBA wants that out of the game, and you can't do that if you're only going to hand out these tiny, ridiculous suspensions that don't punish anybody for anything.
2 things need to happen from here out. One, somebody in the Bulls, I'm sure they already have, got on the phone with Adam Silver and what the actual bleepity bleep, you piece of bleep and bleep, bald little bleep bleep, and what the bleep is this bull bleep? And the other message needs to be sent on the court to Grayson Allen.
Because that's
Grayson, he needs, I don't care what team you're on, it's time. I mean, open season on Grayson Allen. And I would never say that if it was an accident. I would never say that it was just a heat of the moment thing. This is a guy with a history of hurting people. And now you're in the professional leagues here. You just cost 6 to 8 weeks of a team with a valuable player. You cost Alex Caruso 6 to 8 weeks. He may never be the same again if that wrist doesn't heal correctly. That was an assault. That wasn't even a basketball play. Grayson Allen, since the NBA is not going to do anything about it, open season on Grayson Allen. Let's see what happens on the court, you bastard.
Someone's going to do it, because people started doing it in college. If you recall, he was tripping people in college. That was his main thing, was he just stick his foot out and trip people, whoever had the ball. And people would tell him to stop doing that. And eventually, when telling him to stop doing that didn't work, people went after him. And this is the NBA, and teams have enforcers, like guys whose job it is to just get ejected. Yeah, that person is going to find him. It's unacceptable.
I would never suggest hurting a guy. I would never suggest targeting somebody like that. Things happen, accidents happen, people get heated. But this guy, this has been his shtick the entire time, even back in college. So, this is garbage. This is just a horrible, horrible person doing horrible things in the basketball court.
And that was the number one team in the Eastern Conference, the Chicago Bulls. They earned that. They played really well. Their general manager pulled all of these pieces together that I don't think anybody thought would make a number one team in that conference, but it did. And now they're missing Lonzo. You add Alex Caruso to that, and that's unfortunate for them, and it really sucks.
Yeah. Cold Trickle says Grayson Allen has always been a little bitch. Do as Bobby Hurley, same school, same mentality. Speaking of Bobby Hurley, sure, right. I don't recall Bobby Hurley's play, but I knew he was very animated. Was he the same kind of player as Grayson Allen?
No.
Yeah.
Bobby Hurley, fiery. Like he's
right.
the guy that you would say
yelled, talks a lot.
Heat of the moment. If Bobby Hurley did something, it wasn't to be dirty. He just lost his temper. Sure, that same school produced Christian Laettner, who huge jerk, but not dirty. That Grayson Allen specifically is a dirty player.
Yeah, well, dirty things need to happen to dirty players, if you ask me. Joe the Show says, I agree with the entire Allen take, but Jeff Dolph the Wise, Sith Lord Randy, at this point, how should I go about getting an actual picture with Devin Booker to complete my new Arizona Legends Wall of Fame? Well, since you got your picture there with Larry Fitzgerald and Buda Baker there, the next way to get Devin Booker is, and I know this is going to be probably not exactly what you want to do with your time or your life, but if you want to get that picture with Devin Booker, you're going to have to date a Kardashian. That's all there is to it.
Well,
if you just want the picture, start with the mom. Date whatever her name is, Trainwreck Kardashian. I don't know what's her name.
I don't know. Yeah, old lady.
And then work your way down. Chloe is an easy target, and then after that, some of the Jenner girls. I mean, he's with a Jenner girl, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. So you got to find your way in there. That's your best way of doing it.
Or you can go to an appearance that he's at, or you can show up early for a ball game and see if he'll take a picture with you and sign an autograph.
Well, that's a good idea, Randy. Those won't get you chlamydia. That's good thinking. I didn't even think about that. One of those two things, Joe. One of those two things. Moist One says the easy door, Caitlin.
Wow.
Last Optimist says sounds like the NBA teams need to start hiring headhunters like in the NHL. According to Keon, they do have them.
They already have them.
I mean, there are a few guys in this league that if they weren't 7 feet tall, they wouldn't be in the league. And they know what their job is.
There's other guys who are like, I don't even need reason. Last Optimist says Patrick Beverly should have earned a bounty when he intentionally broke Booker's nose to take him out of the series and give the Clippers an advantage in those playoffs. That is one of those things that I did kind of wonder. You think they went after Booker's face on purpose?
No,
in that game,
because I think Patrick Beverly
he's a little biatch himself. Remember when he went after him from behind? Little coward.
He's reckless, and he's got that griminess to his game. As a guy who played in Russia and does not want to go back, and so that's part of his makeup. But I don't even see Patrick Beverly the way I see Grayson Allen. Like Grayson Allen doesn't even pretend to play defense when he hurts people.
He's a different level of garbage, that man. I've always felt that.
Patrick Beverly's dirty, but at least he's trying to play defense when he's playing. I don't know what Grayson Allen's doing.
Faded Hero Icon says, this is why I love hockey, boys. Anytime something happens to another player, you have an answer at the belt right there. Bam. Yeah, you do. You do have to answer. And I mean, it's not the same kind of sport, but in this situation, make an exception. Billy Hoyle says, did you see Kelly Oubre foul the same night? No, I did not see the Kelly Oubre foul. No. Fubar 1000 says, hiya, Blender Bros. Have I ever told you how awesome your show is? Go ASU. Thanks, Fubar. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thanks, Fubar.
Bob Shwersky says, good afternoon there, fellas. I don't want that cheesehead, nor do I want the Sean Payton. So, Randy, good luck with your new coach, and Jeffrey, good luck with Satan, okay? Hey, man, I'll take Satan right now for my Colts to win anything. So, Beelzebubba right here.
It's a deal you'll gladly make.
Why not? Lost Toby says, Alvin Kamara for Jimmy G. You heard it here first. Okay. Oh, they'll never let go of Alvin Kamara.
The Saints are incompetent with cap space. They're not blind. Alvin Kamara
he's the only star they have right now, right? I mean, Michael Thomas is sort of.
Yeah, I don't even think Michael Thomas wants to be there, and I guess Cam Jordan on the other side of the ball, the defensive side. That's about it.
Lost Toby also suggests that maybe after football, I bet on table tennis. Can I? Is that actually a thing?
I'm sure it is.
I'm just going to do it because I can.
You could bet on actual tennis, so I don't see why you couldn't bet on table tennis.
Way more fun to do table tennis. What are you talking about? I'd have to watch tennis, Heavy Metal
I
Maniacs.
actually know the humans that play tennis. I have no idea who plays table tennis.
Forrest Gump is the only table tennis player I've ever really heard of. Heavy Metal Maniac says, you forget, Jerry Jones is a moron, and you can do anything he wants because he has more money than he has brains. Well, probably not, but just a theory. I hate Jerry Jones, he says. It's not about the money. I guess, that's a good point because Sean Payton's not under the cap. So if you need to buy out his contract, all you have to do is be rich.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's the richest owner, but he's up there. So he's definitely got the money.
No need to trade. Senior Wake and Bake says, sup, fellas? Made the playoffs lately? Shut up. Let's see. Ukla says, get some Aaron Rodgers, radio pal, so you can lose the championship game. Ha, ha, ha. Not my team. Let's see. Joe the Show says, I've decided I'll start with chlamydia. I mean, Chloe. There you go. Good choice. Kiss the Cook says, no such thing as a gender. What? She came from a Kardashian bat cave. I'm confused.
I don't know.
I don't follow the sentence at all. I wish I could.
It's not a full moon and it's not Friday, so who the hell knows what he means?
Lost Toby informs us that table tennis is an Olympic sport.
It is, and the Chinese usually rule that.
I don't know. I have to go back to my sheet and see if I don't think ping pong is considered a sport by the Daily Blender.
No, I don't think so.
Wait, I'll have to review.
Why wouldn't it be?
It's
has
just
nothing
a
to
game.
do on whether you can bet on it or not.
It's just a game. Why isn't Hungry Hippos an Olympic sport? It's the same thing. It's just a game you play on a tabletop.
Yeah, just the way that those guys play the table tennis, at least in the Olympics, there's so much more running around than you would think is involved in it.
Let's see here. Paintball, ping pong is not a sport. It has already been declared not a sport by the Daily Blender. So did you ever get a copy of what is a sport, what's not a sport?
I did not know.
I got a whole column of everything that's a sport, everything is not a sport, and then there's a middle ground where it's an athletic competition, but it's not a sport. It's not a sport.
Okay.
But no, come on, man. Be serious.
It's the official Daily Blender rating of what a sport is and what a sport is not.
I do not care enough about the table tennis to argue. I was just asking.
Wow.
Yeah. Wife carrying is athletic competition, not a sport,
Yeah.
I would make wife carrying a sport before I would make ping pong. So just so you know. All right, we must take break. When we come back, we'll talk a moment for you never know the thing when they ask you, hey, you want this job? Yeah. Is there anything in your past that we should know about? Nope, not a thing. Twitter always wins, and we'll tell you what that's about when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
It's the NFL playoffs, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is celebrating. Counting down to Super Bowl 56. New customers can get 56-1 odds on any team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Not a new customer? You can still get in on the action of the divisional round with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BET1580. Get 56-1 odds on any NFL team. Bet just $5 and win $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
At Panera, you can say yes to both of your cravings. We call it You Pick Two. And with over 465 pairings, you'll find a meal sure to satisfy any mood. Are you feeling both fresh and fun? Pick our Fuji apple salad with a new Thai chicken soup. Or maybe you're feeling classic and bold. Pair some creamy mac and cheese with our new Citrus Asian Crunch salad. Pick your perfect pair and order a You Pick Two today. Panera, the familiar made fantastic.
They're gonna go nuts when he hits this thing.
It went in.
The People's Open is back. See the PGA Tour's best tee it up at the 2022 Waste Management Phoenix Open, presented by Taylor Morrison, February 7th through the 13th at TPC Scottsdale. Get full tournament info at WMPhoenixOpen.com.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com. Without education, poverty follows a family one generation after the next. But College Bound AZ provides educational pathway to students starting in the 7th grade and turns dreams into degrees. Your support provides laptops and other things to ignite that journey. To help, Chicago Fest West happens Saturday, March 19th at Mesa Convention Center, and the proceeds benefit College Bound AZ. It's a celebration of Chicago during Cub Spring training through music, food, a classic car show, and more. Get your tickets at ChicagoFestWest.com today.
1580 The Fanatic.
And at 1580thefanatic.com.
Your home for sports.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Tuesday here in the Valley of the Sun and Fun. And you've heard a lot about Jeffrey talking about his betting exploits with the Draft King. But I want to tell you a little bit about FanDuel. They've got all sorts of offers going on right now, including great offers on the NFL playoffs. You go to sportsbook.fanduel.com, get this app for your phone, and I believe you can also access it on your computer as well. And you can take some action with you or right there at your house and make some scratch on the side if you can do your research. And now remember, FanDuel is America's #1 sports book. They are easy to use, easy to place your bets, easy and fast to get your payouts. Legitimate official sports betting partner of the NFL. And if you already have an account, just place your risk-free same-game parlay bet on any game this coming weekend, and you can score $10 back depending on if your parlay cashes in or not. So use promo code Randy1580 to get your risk-free bet. Plus, if it's your first time betting with FanDuel, you can enjoy 30-1 odds on any team to win after using promo code Randy1580. Turn a $5 bet into $150. I told you, for a little bit of cash, you can turn it into some serious money on FanDuel. FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Again, go to sportsbook.fanduel.com, use promo code Randy1580, and let the winning begin. Remember, you've got to be 21 or older and present in Arizona. Bonus issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max bonus of $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
All right. So what I was talking about before the break, well, you have to hear it all in context. And when I have to say that, you have to hear it all in context, then it still doesn't sound too good. So here's what we just back up the truck here.
Okay.
Herm Edwards says, "Hey, Brian Bellick, you busy?" And he's like, and he says, "Well, why don't you come on over here to ASU and join the staff here and as an offensive analyst and advisor? What do you say to that?" And he's like, "Yeah, all right, sounds good to me." And he says, "I love what they're doing at ASU. It's all about structure in the NFL, and hopefully that's what I can bring to the table at ASU. My work for the last 12 years in television at Fox and the NFL Network has allowed me to take a step back and see the game from a different angle. It has broadened my perspective, and I think that's what I will bring to the position." Yeah, it all sounds nice. You remember him? He used to be the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, and you also remember back in the day, he was one of the original Hard Knocks coaches. He was on the HBO Hard Knocks, and somebody, Twitter, who by the way is two things: one, not a real place; two, undefeated. So I guess there is this scene during Todd Heap practicing. He's talking about Todd Heap, the tight end. And of course, as you guys all know, he went to Mountain View. He went to Arizona State University. And Brian Billick is just giving him a hard time and says, "Oh, I get it. Some people go to college. Some people go to Arizona State." And, you see Todd Heap kind of roll his eyes like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, coach." And so now everybody's just taking that teeny little clip and they're putting it out on the Twitter. So this looks really bad for ASU. It looks really bad for Herm Edwards, and it doesn't look great for Brian Billick. But if you watch the extended thing, it's just more about talking about how Todd Heap may come across like a country bumpkin, but it turns out he's really smart and he's very attentive to his position, yada yada yada. But you just go back to that comment. Some people go to college, and some people go to Arizona State University.
It's ouch. It just seems like a joke that you could put any college in there.
Oh yeah, like if you told me tell me where you went to school. Tell me where you went to school.
UTC, the University of Tennessee in Chattanooga.
Sorry, I'll talk slower. Standard joke.
Yeah. Having it recorded obviously does make it look worse, but I mean,
2001, Billick learned why you don't want to be on Hard Knocks. Well, because this comes back 20 years later to haunt you.
To be fair, nobody truly wants to be on Hard Knocks. I mean, I guess the Raiders always do, but everyone else doesn't actually want it. The league compels you to be on Hard Knocks, and that's how you wind up there.
So I don't know if anything is going to be made of this, but everybody needs to just be calm because, in all honesty, it's a fun little jab. He's just messing with the kid. And I'm sure Billick, I don't know where Billick went to college, but could have been a rival, something like that. It doesn't mean anything. And I think the ASU is still going to be pretty lucky to have Billick. I think it's still a pretty good hire, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I brings a lot of wisdom, brings a lot of professional insight into the NFL game with them, and a way to motivate these youngsters and help them. Anything to motivate these guys, because they again, my whole thing was kind of started out as a joke. I mean, they look real good on the field in their damn sparkling clean, nice uniforms, but they can't play themselves out of a wet paper bag, man. They have all this talent on this team, but they're not motivated to win.
And I think beyond motivation, I think Brian Billick he's a guy that truly understands offense. And I think he brings that to this.
And recruiting. This is a guy everybody likes. This is a very likable guy. And then you can say, we got Herm Edwards, used to be a coach for the Jets. We got Brian Billick, used to be a coach for the Falcons. You got this guy over here, used to be a coach with the Bengals. Now, as a young player, you're like, these guys all get the NFL. I want to go to the NFL. I'm going with these guys, and I think it does improve their recruiting.
And Billick also wasn't he the head coach before Harbaugh was in Baltimore?
Yeah,
with the Ravens. Yeah.
Won a Super Bowl. I mean, the guy's got clout.
He didn't murder anybody though. That was somebody else.
No.
Prison Wallet says, like you always say, Jeffrey, some of these are jokes. I would just tell the world, lighten up, Francis. I agree. You can insert whatever school you want. The joke is still funny. Yeah, it's just Billick messing around. Baker's Cocky Hen says, next season, Hard Knocks follows Antonio Brown only. That's actually a brilliant idea.
I would pay money to see that. If they put that on HBO pay-per-view, just watch Antonio Brown ruin his life further, I would watch it. Okay, I'm there.
I am all for it. And by the way, I just saw a thing on Antonio Brown, or was it a text? Or the COVID thing is clouding me right now. But Antonio Brown, I don't know what's going on with Antonio Brown. Hold on here. No, I don't got it. Oh, here we go. Fish Tank. That's where it is. Apparently, Antonio Brown will be on HBO Sports tonight. Maybe not Hard Knocks. Claiming the Bucks offered him $200,000 to get some kind of treatment. And of course, AB said when asked if he had mental health issues, he said, I have mental wealth. That's what I've got.
Okay.
Not mental health, mental wealth.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Keep on sounding crazy. Keep on sounding crazy.
But the thing is, in his head, that sounded brilliant.
Big Kev says, good evening, gentlemen. Just got off work a little while ago. Eager to catch up on all the happenings from the Cup Series. What do you hear about those tests over at Phoenix Raceway there, Randy?
Damn, I tried to get out there. They've been out there yesterday and today. They're wrapping up today. I hear a lot of good information about these cars. I think we're going to be doing a segment on the Daily Blender coming up for the race setup. Maybe not an entire show, but we're going to do a segment. We'll talk more about that and the new rules and some of the things happening out there. But I understand the cars are handling very well, and I'm looking forward to the Clash in Los Angeles coming up here about a week and a half.
That's right, and you'll hear it right here on 1580 The Fanatic. We were like Pro Bowl Clash race.
Which of these things has more value?
I didn't even get to the end of the sentence. Radio Ron's like, yeah, let's just put the race on. Put the race on.
It's a no-brainer, to be honest.
Lightning Bolt says, thanks, Jeffrey. I've been telling my ex-wife that I'm still into sports, and you ruined it by telling me Hungry Hippos is not a sport.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Sorry. You gotta draw the line somewhere. But I'll tell you what, Hungry Hippos is more of a sport than ice dancing. It's more of a sport than many other things. But I have to classify that if I classify ping pong as athletic competition, not a sport, that I'll give you that for Hungry Hippos, if that helps. The Reaper says Rams will have revenge on the Niners come Sunday. Okay.
Not so sure.
I mean, I think the morning show did a poll on who do you want to win this, the Rams or the 49ers. And I'll just say the same thing I said earlier in the season. I'd like to see COVID win, but it's, probably not going to happen.
Damn. So. From a guy who just went through a bout with COVID.
Hey, listen, man, I don't care.
Wow.
I lived, bitch, so yeah, but out of the two, you know what? I got nothing seriously against the 49er players. I got nothing seriously against the Rams players. Fan base can kind of be knuckleheads for the 49ers, and the Rams fan base isn't too obnoxious. So, and I know that there's a lot of rivalry for the Cardinals versus these guys, but me personally, I got no beef with either one of these teams or any of these players, but I think I'd like to see Matthew Stafford get to the promised land. He languished in Detroit for so long, and he just seems like a pretty good guy. And his wife knows how to be an NFL wife better than, say, Mrs. Mahomes. We'll get back to that later. Yeah. But, all the way around, I just like to see the Staffords finally get some success that he has deserved. That's where I would go. I'd say, yes, please. Rams. Keon, who would you rather see?
Who would I rather see?
49ers or Rams?
I like the Stafford story. I've liked Matthew Stafford ever since he came in the league. He had that one game where he broke his clavicle and then came back in the game and still made the game-winning throw. And I've liked Matthew Stafford ever since then. I'd love to see him win a Super Bowl and really kind of cement a career that's been good but lost because it was in Detroit.
Randy?
49ers, because I don't like Sean McVay.
That's it? Because you don't like the
I don't like McVay. I don't like Sean McVay. I don't like the way they always beat us. I don't like anything about the Rams. Their uniforms are stupid. Other than Matthew Stafford, their name is stupid. The SoFi Stadium is stupid. I don't like anything about the Rams.
All right,
their colors are dumb.
No, that's fair.
Boring.
It's fair. Yeah, their logo is horrible. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I'm a little torn because the Niners have my guy Trent Williams, but
I love how every time we talk about somebody else's team, Keon finds a connection of, well, he used to be on the Washington.
Well, he was the best left tackle in football for years, but being the best left tackle doesn't mean anything.
Miss you, man. Miss you.
People, don't you do that? Have guys that used to be on your team?
Yes.
No, they're gone. They're dead to me.
I do that with the Diamondbacks all the time. Max Scherzer.
Dead to me.
There's one right there.
Okay. I don't think I'm the only person who does that, has a guy on your team, but they're not winning, and you hope that they do well somewhere else.
Dead.
Okay, well, Trent Williams is not dead to me. He's a great football player, and I'm glad he's finally getting some playoff wins.
Reaper says, stop your crying. Guano says, how about them Chiefs? I went to the game this weekend. Best game I've ever seen. Wow, I'll tell you what, that's not even an exaggeration. Can't give you a hard time on that. Lost Toby says Rams are going to win. It's a lock. Scratch Me Because says the reason the Bills lost the Chiefs because the curse known as Mitch Trubisky. How else do you explain losing after having to lead with 13 seconds left and a double doink doink? All right, guys, we have to take a moment. Oh, gee whiz. You know what? We are very behind, and we only have one more hour left because we got Michigan State playing Illinois here at 5 p.m. So come on back, kids. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
It's the NFL playoffs, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is celebrating. Counting down to Super Bowl 56. New customers can get 56-1 odds on any team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Not a new customer? You can still get in on the action of the divisional round with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BET1580. Get 56-1 odds on any NFL team. Bet just $5 and win $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. Baseball's Don Sutton is in the Hall of Fame. He had many great seasons with the Los Angeles Dodgers. As a high school pitcher, he was dominant. Sutton only lost one high school game in his entire high school pitching career. The guy that beat him would become an NFL quarterback. Who was he?
When you want trivia from the world of sports, Daily Sports Quiz host Nick LaCapria has it. Baseball lovers, go online to baseballtrivia.org. Basketball fans, check out basketballtrivia.net. Football fans, head on over to footballtrivia.net. Hockey trivia, that's hockeytrivia.net. And boxing fans, log on to boxingtrivia.net. Stay tuned to this radio station for the Daily Sports Quiz or visit Nick LaCapria's sports-specific trivia websites.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz, name the only pitcher to beat Don Sutton in a high school baseball game from the NFL, the great Ken Stabler. He would become a quarterback with the Oakland Raiders and the Houston Oilers back in the day. He's the only pitcher to ever defeat Don Sutton in a high school baseball game.
Without education, poverty follows a family one generation after the next. But College Bound AZ provides educational pathway to students starting in the 7th grade and turns dreams into degrees. Your support provides laptops and other things to ignite that journey. To help, Chicago Fest West happens Saturday, March 19th at Mesa Convention Center, and the proceeds benefit College Bound AZ. It's a celebration of Chicago during Cubs spring training through music, food, a classic car show, and more. Get your tickets at chicagofestwest.com today.
This is Dale Hellestray from my friends at Constructors Bonding. If you need bonds, you can put your trust in Arizona's industry leader for the best service, rates, terms, and capacity anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 rider with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. In a moment, we will talk about the upcoming announcements from Major League Baseball's Hall of Fame, but we got to get caught up on the old text line here real fast. Let me just do this. King of Kitten says it's a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day. It has been a really nice bunch of days, Randy.
It has been. It's been typical spring weather here in Phoenix. You know, we had about 2 weeks of winter weather where it got really cold overnight down in the 30s. But here it is. Welcome to springtime in Arizona. So
I
beautiful days.
I missed all that just being stuck inside because of the COVID. But
did you get any rain this past weekend? We had a little rain.
I have no idea what happened outside my house.
I got
no
a
idea.
Bit of the rain,
I see. All right.
I believe so. I think I remember hearing some rain. But
all right.
Or it was the tears of my neighbors because last week when I was doing the shows, I had the windows open. And I was just like, if you bastards can wake me up with your power tools on a Sunday morning, you're going to have to hear me screaming out these windows doing this show. So suck it.
Yeah.
Baker's Cocky End says, don't forget that $1 million donation. Oh, he's talking about the $1 million donation that the Staffords made to Detroit as they were leaving. I mean, they're good people. They're good people, Randy. You can at least root for him if nobody else.
Well, I mean, he's not stupid. I like him. But
scratch me because I already read that. Sorry. Where was I here? Yeah. Somebody else was saying something. King of Canton says table tennis, ping pong, darts, almost any international professional sport have betting options. In-game betting is big in soccer. Okay, so here's the question. Am I a big fat hypocrite if I decide to start betting on stuff I have declared is not a sport? I don't think I am.
No,
I think it's okay.
No,
because a game is not the same as a sport. You know, ping pong is just a game. It's not a sport. Come on, you're taking yourself way too seriously if you're like, oh, I'm a professional ping pong player. All right, come on, man. Seriously, it's cool that you're good. It's cool if you're one of those guys who's like lightning fast. Yeah, that's all nice. It's not a sport. It's just not a sport. I can't say it's a sport. So having made these determinations as the host of this show and as the Southwest Regional Man Card Commissioner, and Randy, as also host of the show, you were part of the deliberations and the considerations and the thought processes that determined what was and wasn't a sport. Am I a hypocrite if I bet on it?
No. How on earth could you be? For a couple of reasons. One, you didn't put it on the sports book. And two, I don't think that you're betting on it means that you think it's a sport.
It's a sellout.
It's a place where they listed it for you to bet on, and you're betting on, as far as you're concerned, a game.
I might just start betting on bizarre things. That might be my thing. Once a week before the next football season, I will bet on a bizarre thing and see how I do. And if I haven't lost all the money in my account by the time the next football season starts, I consider that a win.
Could be interesting. I'd want to see it.
I think that's exactly what I'm going to do, guys. My wife is going, oh, great. More money. All right. 888-368-1580. Moist One says, it's weird that tonsil hockey and pocket pool are always sports, according to Jeffrey. Well, we did have that conversation, but I was over. Choro says, so is that steroid Hall of Fame thing tonight? Yeah. Is it or isn't it?
No, they'll make the announcements today. The voting is going on. Well, the voting has already been done. They're counting the votes now. And there's a lot of speculation as to what's happening. The closest I can find is a tracker of the 2022 thing, but I don't know how accurate this is. I almost hesitate to use it, but it's called the Baseball Hall of Fame Vote Tracker. I found it online. And right now, the counting looks like this. According to this tracker, David Ortiz has 83% of the votes.
He's in.
Well, it's not done yet. This is only 51% of the votes tallied at this point.
Oh, I see.
Roger Clemens is 76.2. Barry Bonds 77.7.
I'm surprised.
Scott Rowland is 70.8. Kurt Schilling 61.4. Todd Helton 59.9. And I'll give you one more. Andrew Jones, who I believe should be a Hall of Famer based on his great career, 49% of the vote. But I caution you about quoting this or paying any attention to this because I don't know how official it actually is. I've been looking around to see what's going on, and I can't find anything right now that's giving me the results. I've gone to the Baseball Hall of Fame site, and I'm on ESPN right now looking, but there's no real hints other than Jeff Passan and ESPN whining on why Barry Bonds should be in Cooperstown. So
sounds like Kurt Schilling just talked himself out of a trip to Cooperstown. Last year, he had 71.1% of the vote. Everything seemed to be going his way. Then he started talking. Now, here's the thing: who decides this again? Is this another sports writers thing?
Baseball writers.
Okay, this
they
is
all
just garbage.
The Baseball Writers of America do it. So
Here's the thing: you should not be allowed to decide the Hall of Fame status of somebody based on politics or opinions, or it should only be. And we had this conversation about other Hall of Fame stuff. It should only be based on what they did on the field of play. Period.
Well, but however, there is a clause in the Constitution that these people need to uphold, which talks about their moral behavior. So,
is having an opinion moral behavior?
Well, and I'm not saying I'm not for Kurt Schilling making the Hall of Fame. I'm just saying that these guys have taken this and used it one way on certain players and used it the other way on the other players. For example, Barry Bonds, although was never caught cheating, was a part of that Balco situation, was in that book of the guy who's a known steroid dealer, and it was by all accounts was caught red-handed using the stuff. But they still, these baseball writers, who, by the way, I watched MLB earlier today and was watching yesterday because I'm quite interested in. These guys are these baseball writers, former presidents of the Baseball Writers Association. These guys are they're like Keon's age, and
they weren't there. They don't know.
Well, and you look on the wall, there's nothing baseball on the wall behind them, because everybody that gets on TV and do these live hits now, they have to have all this paraphernalia behind them on the wall. Keon, don't take any offense here.
I don't.
They have no baseball paraphernalia whatsoever. They have comic books. They've got these little action figures of different like Deadpool, Star Wars. There is nothing baseball on the wall behind these guys, and you expect them to know about the sport of baseball because they wrote about it. I don't know.
I want to go back to something you said earlier, Randy, that a lot of these writers are my age, and I just think that that's bizarre that they get to vote. I think you should only vote on people who you watched while you were covering baseball. Like Barry Bonds was playing when I was a kid. If I decided I wanted to be a baseball writer and instead of going into radio, you mean to tell me that a guy that I watched as a child, as a person, I'm making a decision as to whether or not this person is worthy of being in the Hall of Fame? That is insane. It's insane.
Well, and these guys have filled out their ballots, and they've put Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens, which, by the way, I watched growing up. I watched Roger Clemens and thought he was worthy of the Hall of Fame, but I'm so disappointed of his involvement with steroids, and I'm disappointed in Barry Bonds' involvement with steroids. Barry Bonds was a Hall of Fame player before the damn steroids. He should have just left it alone.
But he did the deed. So here's the thing. I don't think you should be kept out of the Hall of Fame based on your opinions, political, religious, sexual, otherwise.
I agree.
And Kurt Schilling is kind of he's kind of a knucklehead. He's saying some stupid crap.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's hurting him right now is he says, take me off the ballot, because he's having a little tantrum. But beyond all that, if he has opinions politically that are different than yours, or religiously that are different than yours, or anything else that's different from yours, it doesn't change the fact of what he did on the field of play and what he won and what he achieved. And this is the only focus. And so when you're handing it over to people, especially like you said, these younger people, it's not. That's all going to get lost on them. They're going to focus only on what the last news story was, or the last tweet they read, or the last whatever post, and that it's not right. I mean, what are the things that should keep anybody out of any Hall of Fame? Cheating, I don't know, mass murder, pedophilia, I don't know, but having opinions about this, that, or the other doesn't seem right.
If your opinions don't actively hurt somebody, I don't think that keeps you out of the Hall. I'm sorry. It's about, were you a great baseball player or were you not a great baseball player? And Curt Schilling, especially in the postseason, where he always got it done, was a great baseball player and deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
and holds
I mean,
opposite opinions to me in every way possible.
I agree 110%. But listen, as far as Curt Schilling goes, he doesn't want these baseball writers to vote him in. There is a veterans committee, and he will have to pass an interview by the quote unquote baseball writers of America before he goes up before the veterans committee. I have a feeling Curt Schilling will get voted in at some point. Whether it's by the veterans committee or by the baseball writers. So he will end up. A guy was 11-2 in the postseason, had a dominant 2.23 ERA in the postseason. Hell yes, he's going to get in to the Hall of Fame. His career, spanned for over a decade of dominant pitching. So he'll end up in the Hall of Fame. But there's just so much to think about nowadays. I mean, it looks like David Ortiz is going to get in on the first ballot. But you've got A-Rod that's on the ballot now.
Oh, he's not even going to make it. No, he's not going to make it. The question is why is there so much of an anti-A-Rod movement? They're saying he probably won't even crack 40%.
Well, he was just so blatant about using the steroids. He admitted that he used them. He said he used them. He was not contrite about using them. He was just very, I did what I had to do type of attitude of A-Rod. And he was another guy that have all the tools in the world, did not need to use the steroids. But that's these elite athletes. Sometimes they've always got to figure out how to get another edge so they don't get left behind. And I just think it's sad.
Did they pull OJ's bust out of Canton?
I don't know.
I don't
because Baker's Cocky Hen says murder didn't stop OJ or Ray Lewis, but Ray Caruth, we'll never know, I guess. But Aaron Hernandez, he would have been a Hall of Famer.
He would have been. The process in the NFL is just different, and so the Major League Baseball takes into account some level of morality that the NFL does not.
Morality is not a Republican opinion. Morality is not a Democrat opinion. Morality should be based on the following. Murder? Did you murder anybody? Did you rape anybody? Did you touch a child? Were you a racist piece of garbage? There's basics of morality that are not political, that are not opinion. It's like, you do these, we don't want you in this Hall of Fame. But so now what you're telling me is that Major League Baseball runs with a liberal ideology, which they call their morality. That is wrong.
Well, that's not the way they should do it. Baseball doesn't do that. The baseball writers of America do that.
Look at that. Yeah.
And they're a different entity of people, and they're ridiculous.
Well, then the actual Hall of Fame should override some of these things, or at least sternly warn and say, listen, if you're making these decisions based on your political opinions, you're going to be off of the voting. You're not going to be allowed to do this, because you need to look at Curt Schilling as a player, and political opinions aside, he needs to be looked at for what he is. Now, if he's done any of those things that are true morality, deal breakers, then okay, fine. Yeah, OJ, take him out of the Hall of Fame. See if I care. He murdered people. There's been a long list of people that should never be in a Hall of Fame. I can tell you some people playing right now: Tyreek Hill, Hunt, other people. Kareem Hunt, people who have done harm. Don't come at me and say you shouldn't be in a Hall of Fame because of opinion. That ain't right.
So the other thing I want to say is, if you look at this whole, and I know it's a very fiery debate between people. There are a lot of people that believe Barry Bonds belongs in the Hall of Fame, and we've had a lot of our Fourth Dimension say that it's their opinion that he belongs in the Hall of Fame. And you know what? One way or the other, I think he'll end up in the Hall of Fame. But the bottom line is, there has been such a huge push on the part of the four-letter network, specifically Jeff Passan, who, and I can't believe he released an article like this, blaming the Hall of Fame if Barry Bonds does not get in. Well, Jeff Passan is a baseball writer who has a vote. So don't blame the damn Hall of Fame, the establishment. Blame the damn baseball writers for not putting him in, you bleeding heart snowflake. Give me a break. Don't blame the Hall of Fame Blame yourself.
It's about the voters, not the structure. But the structure might need a little bit of a tweak to clearly define what should be the parameters of a vote.
I think Jeff Passan is somewhere looking in a mirror going, where is the guy that's keeping Barry Bonds out of the Hall of Fame? It's he's right there.
I can't see.
I mean, I couldn't believe that when I saw that. He's blaming the Hall of Fame. It's not the Hall of Fame that decides whether he gets in or not.
Two people are keeping Barry Bonds out of the Hall of Fame. One is the baseball writers, and two is Barry Bonds when he used steroids.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a new texter here on the text line. A new texter from the 801 area code. Where's 801?
Wow.
I don't know where that is. It says the fact only one player has ever gotten 100% of Hall of Fame votes should tell you how stupid the baseball Hall of Fame voting is. Here.
And I believe that was Derek Jeter, who, look, great player, icon of Major League Baseball. He is not the only guy that's ever played this game worthy of unanimous votes.
I think that's what he's saying. Yeah.
A guy who told an earlier show he thinks we're not funny, but they are. Prison Wallet says, so Jeffrey, you don't believe in our justice system? Okay, I get what you're going to say. OJ was found not guilty, not innocent, not guilty. And, he was free, and then he got to come on. We all know, but that's a good point though. Prison Wallet. That is a good point, because we all know Barry Bonds did. We have no proof. We all know OJ did. We don't have a conviction. So yeah, I guess you're right. So
the evidence of Barry Bonds using steroids is almost as damning as the evidence against OJ in that murder trial.
So we can, as a people, go, he did it, but legally, no, you can't say he did it, because the jury of his peers found him not guilty. Amazingly,
so the Hall of Fame is not a court of law, though.
Exactly,
and so it doesn't have to behave that way. And so if you have somebody who murdered people, maybe they don't get to be in.
The other part of that is,
they got away with it.
If you can get out of the charges in a criminal court, but then they still get you in the civil, that means there is enough. There's probably enough there
evidence, isn't it?
Because to be clear, not guilty doesn't mean you're innocent, like Jeffrey said before.
Right.
So that doesn't. The justice system isn't saying you're innocent and you're free to go. We just don't have enough evidence, apparently.
But Prison Wallet does make a good point.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds, it was never locked down guilty. OJ never locked down guilty. So these people, as far as what we accept or don't accept, if the NFL Hall of Fame says, yeah, but we saw the trials too, get that thing out of here, that's fine. But we're talking strictly about the process and how somebody could be voted in. And opinion is not it. OJ Simpson, based on his play, yeah, he should be in there. Absolutely right. But but you do make it. I hate when I get challenged like that. He makes a damn good point, but I'll find a way to get out of it. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 84-48-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up on Wednesday at 1 p.m., Baseball Hall of Fame announcement. Let's discuss who got in and who didn't. Meetings continue about the work stoppage. I'll get you updated. Teams are getting ready for the NFL Championship weekend, injury, and all the news as teams practice for the weekend. All the NFL breaking news and more. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Wednesday, 1 p.m. on 1580 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Nerds! Dreaming of a change of pace? Let NerdWallet help you compare your way from here to there. Compare investing accounts to expand your portfolio and your horizons. Then use NerdWallet to compare mortgage rates for a home with peace and quiet built in. Compare your way there. Find the smartest financial products for you on NerdWallet. NerdWallet Compare Inc. NMLS 1617539. NerdWallet is not an investment advisor nor an investment broker. Information is for educational purposes only.
The field is called a gridiron. The ball is called a pigskin. The quarterback is called a field general.
Y'all know what time it is?
And the kicker?
Well, they just call him a kicker.
Come on, dude! Hey, this is football. The NFL plays here. Catch all the primetime games, playoff, and Super Bowl 56 on your home for the NFL. Let's go now. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
David Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Coming up at 5 o'clock, Michigan State is taking on Illinois in what is going to be a matchup for the ages. This basketball game is going to leave you sweaty and crying, either in joy or in pain. This matchup is going to be spoken about for years and years to come.
Decades.
Michigan State Spartans are going to hand it to the Fighting Illini. You can guarantee that. It's a lock here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Wow, cue the text from Ron. Wow, it's been nice working with you.
What are you talking about? I just talked it up big time.
It's a locked it. It's a locked Michigan State. It's a lock them. I thought we talked about this.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
Yeah. You know, Keon, you try to help him. I've been with this guy for several years, decades.
I still have enough COVID fog I can fall back on.
Well, there you go. You're going to have to do something.
I think I'll be okay.
You coach them, you mentor them, you try to help them, you protect them, and this is what they do.
I wonder if on DraftKings, if there's a bet like, will the Daily Blender be fired or quit first? Which one, because I think I might like to see the odds on that. Listen, I'm not even kidding. Earlier, I did say that once football season is over, each week I'm going to place a bizarre bet. The most bizarre bet I can find in DraftKings, I'm going to place it until football season starts, because football is my jam. That's the one sport that I have really a deep knowledge on, and I feel like I can do very well with that. But in the meantime,
I have breaking news.
Newsflash. This is breaking news.
This just in. We were just talking about it.
Well, if you're interrupting a live read, it better be good.
I'm so sorry. I saw this come across. I didn't realize where I was. With the apparently what's happened, according to ESPN staff writer Bradford Doolittle, former Boston Red Sox slugger David Ortiz, lone inductee.
I told you.
Into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Bonds and Clemens miss again, and that was their final time on the ballot. So there you go.
I had a feeling it was only going to be David Ortiz. Are you surprised at this, Randy?
I am quite frankly surprised. I am quite frankly surprised because again, I was watching MLB. I was reading the articles. And everybody that was on the articles, baseball writers, were all talking about how they had voted for Clemens and Bonds, and now it's a travesty that he's not in by now, and all of this information. But David Ortiz is the lone inductee into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Bonds and Clemens miss.
Raven Kid tried to scoop you on. He's all caps. Big Poppy to Hall of Fame legend for the city of Boston.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. You just weren't quick enough. All right. So there it is. That'll put it into that Hall of Fame conversation. David Ortiz. What was this percentage of the vote again?
I'm trying to look here. I'm looking down. He cleared, obviously, you needed 75%
Right.
to get in, but I don't see anything here of what he actually got. So maybe somebody out there knows.
Well, okay. Congratulations. Are we happy about this? I guess.
Oh,
He's all right.
mean, there was nothing that alluded to Poppy using any sort of performance enhancing drugs. So.
Right. Did getting shot help his odds?
I don't think it did. I think it had no effect at all on his odds. But
didn't he also do the steroids?
No, he never was accused of it either.
Okay,
there are already guys in the Hall of Fame who are accused of it.
Big George was asking.
No, I don't believe he was indicted in the ring of steroids.
Big George also thinks A-Rod didn't get in because of his poor choice in women. He says he was engaged to Jennifer Lopez for years. Well, no, here's the thing. He was probably not let in because they broke up. I mean, right. You got to sit there and look at A-Rod. You're like, ugh. But then if there's Jennifer Lopez, you're like, oh, all right, well, she can sit up there too. Why not?
Look, man, I mean, A-Rod, Barry Bonds, these guys did not need to use the steroids. I'm sorry. It just didn't need to happen.
That's the unfortunate part of their career. And Roger Clemens, you throw him in there too.
We'll never know now, will we? And by the way, breaking news from 2009, David Ortiz tested positive for steroids. It turns out that then, of course, that was a 6 years too late thing where ESPN confirmed that he was among 100 Major League Baseball players tested positive in 2003. The test was intended to be voluntary and confidential at the time, and it was not an official thing, so that's why he never got in trouble.
Well, there you go. There you go. I was wrong.
Yeah, well, that explains why you didn't know either. It didn't happen on the books, as it were. So it doesn't.
Maybe that was a wake-up call. Where
I
it's
hope
like,
so.
look,
the Hall of Fame already has, Jeff Bagwell was accused of using steroids. He's in the Hall of Fame. Ivan Rodriguez accused of using steroids. He's in the Hall of Fame. Tim Raines accused of using steroids. He's in the Hall of Fame. There are already guys who've been accused of it in there. So I don't know where we're drawing the line exactly.
Radio Ron texts in, says, Randy, Jeffrey, doesn't that sound kind of familiar? Have either of you guys lost your eligibility to be inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame? Just saying. I'm pretty sure that'll never happen.
Pretty sure we'll never.
It has nothing to do with whiskey abuse or anything else.
We don't run with the right crowds.
Right. We hang around places where nobody sees you or hears you. 888-368-1580. Baker's cocky hen says Ortiz couldn't even play the field. My fat ass could play first base better than he could.
Well, yeah, David Ortiz is not getting into the Hall of Fame because of anything he did, on defense. He was a monster hitting the baseball. That's why he's getting in.
We should vote Baker's cocky hens into the Hall of Fame. I like right there what he just texted in. As far as I can see, he's a baseball Hall of Famer right away.
Yeah. Well, I vote aye.
Blissful Hayes says, "Hey, is my Cockburn playing tonight for the Fighting Illini? Is the Cockburn going to be there? The Spartans going to have to deal with Cockburn?
I'm looking it up right now.
Blissful Hayes says the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame is rigged for not electing Barry Bonds. It's rigged as much as they have a bunch of idiots doing the voting. Pringle says it's not a baseball Hall of Fame until Pete Rose is in there. Till he's in, who cares? Yeah, there's a guy on the morality thing. You can say it actually fits because he lied, was a jerk about it, lied. So, that one.
I don't know that he lied that many times.
Oh my God, Randy. Come on, you were conscious and aware of things when that was going on. He was a jerk.
He was definitely a jerk, but that shouldn't keep you out of the Hall of Fame. Being a jerk.
No, but the lying part, attached to being a jerk. He was a jerk. How much he lied and how he lied. He was just absolutely a jerk.
And also, the Spartans tonight not going to have to deal with the cockburn.
Ah, there you go. No cockburn for the Spartans to deal with, and so I guess the Illini will just fall even harder at the mighty hands of the Michigan State Spartans.
Are you bucking to get into the Radio Hall of Fame?
I don't think Radio Run has anything to do with that. Radio Hall of Fame. A raise would be nice, but yeah, that's all I'm working on. Lost Toby says Barry Bonds needs to be in there. Senior Wake and Bake says Randy Murray's going to retire and open up a small world theme park so he feels at home. Go Niners.
Yeah.
I think I am going to start reading his like Shoresy. Hey, Randy. I'm just going to start doing it just like, of course, my throat all messed up. I can't do it right. Fish Tank says it's showing that Ortiz got 77% to get him into the Hall of Fame.
There you go. Thank you for that info.
I would have thought that it would be more than that, but okay.
Oh, Blissful Hayes says Jeffrey doesn't qualify for the Radio Hall of Fame because he took roids. Okay, I took one prednisone the other day. It reminded me of why I don't take prednisone. It gives me a stomach ache. So I took 20 milligrams of prednisone. Keeps me out of the Hall of Fame. Fine, I don't care. Navier Brads is happy Tuesday, men. Honest football question. As a Vikings fan, I hope they trade Cousins to Pittsburgh for draft picks. Well, it's not really a question. Oh, what do you think?
I don't think Mike Tomlin will touch Cousins, Kirk Cousins.
I don't think Mike Tomlin will either. And I think the Steelers want to draft their own guy that they can have for the next 10 to 15 years.
The Steelers are hoping that Aaron Rodgers is serious. That's what the Steelers are hoping.
That's true. They'll take Rodgers, but anybody would if you needed a quarterback right now. But barring Rodgers, I think the Steelers are
talking about
they got the in this draft.
The Steelers have the future Hall of Fame, Mason Rudolph's just sitting there on D for Drag Race, ready to go. Future Hall of Famer.
Thundire Santa Barbarian says, so tomorrow it's going to be the Daily Blender with Randy White because Jeffrey went ahead and said, it's a lock for the Spartans. No, I'm claiming COVID fog on that one. I was actually meaning to be positive and happy about it, and I realized I just may have jinxed him. Maybe it will redeem me if I go put a $5 bet on the Spartans to win on the DraftKings Sportsbook. That could be a way. Is that a jinxing thing or is that a helpful thing?
Well, your bets usually seem to go well, so I think it would balance it out. All right. The bet would balance out the lock jinx.
And make some more money.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. So maybe that will get me the forgiveness. And then if, of course, or is that further jinxing them to lose?
I don't think so.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at least I'll have some skin in the game. I'm going to do this. Yeah. I'm serious. I've got my DraftKings app open. You guys get your DraftKings apps open as well. And remember, you can bet on NBA, NFL, the Australian Open is game, the Farmers Insurance Open, hockey, college basketball, you name it, it's on here. And I'm going to be doing some fun bets in between football seasons. But I'll tell you what, definitely going to bet on this one. And Baker's Cocky Hens says, if they lose by 1, we're good, Jeffrey. So what, he bet the spread? Is that what he's saying?
Is
that what it was? When he said if somebody wants them to lose by 1, it's okay. I don't understand that. Anyway, well, I'll tell you what.
The spread is 4 points. So
if they lose by 1, that means you bet the over. I don't understand anything. Listen, I'm new to this betting thing. I get it when it comes to the spread, the total, the money line, that kind of thing. And, I'm going to be doing.
Okay. I see what's going on. Yeah. The Illinois is actually the favorite.
Okay.
So even if Michigan State were to lose by 1, they would still have covered the 4-point spread. So you'd make money.
Gotcha. Thank you for that, Baker's Cocky Hens. Listen, get yourself the DraftKings Sports app, all right? Because it's not only all these other sports, but in the NFL, there's a special deal. Use promo code BET1580. You'll get 56-1 odds on any NFL team. Bet $5, you could win $280 in free bets. So get on over DraftKings Sportsbook, download the app, use my promo code BET1580. And start the fun, man. Start the fun. And remember, bet responsibly. Anything I do is going to be itty bitty bits of money. I'm not going to go crazy on this. I got to make this money last through the summer. So join me at DraftKings and let's have some fun. 21 and over only. Arizona residents, gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for the details. So I gotta find this on here. You guys talk about something else while I find this. I got to bet quick. When's that game start? It starts at 5, right? You got to hurry.
Yeah. And yeah, the line is moving as we speak.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
The line is moving.
I can't find the game.
I refreshed the CBS Sports page, and I understand that they are powered by a different sports book.
Because I'm talking about it, the line's moving?
The line moved to 1.5.
How do I find the damn
Illinois
game?
still favored, but
I seriously can't find the game on here.
Don't know what to tell you.
I'm scrolling.
Is there a tab for different sports? Can you find college basketball in its own?
I'm on college basketball.
There are a lot of games today, but I have no idea what to tell you.
I probably should do this during the break.
Yeah.
Son of a seriously, there's so many games as I'm scrolling, I can't find it.
Can you at least
found it. All right, so I want to bet on Michigan State. I'm just going to bet on them to win, and in honor of it won't let me. There we go. I'm going to put $5 on it. Boom. That's kind of a bigger bet than I want to do. I'm going to do $3 bets most of the time, but just for this one, I'm doing it. That $5 will pay out $10. All right, doing it. Done. See, that was really easy. Once I found the damn game, it was really easy to get this bet done. So, all right, cool. All right, listen, we do need to take a break and take care of some stuff. We only have one more segment left before the Michigan State Illini game.
Illini.
Whatever. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
It's the NFL playoffs, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is celebrating. Counting down to Super Bowl 56. New customers can get 56-1 odds on any team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Not a new customer? You can still get in on the action of the divisional round with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BET1580. Get 56-1 odds on any NFL team. Bet just $5 and win $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
Nerds! Dreaming of a change of pace? Let NerdWallet help you compare your way from here to there. Compare investing accounts to expand your portfolio and your horizons. Then use NerdWallet to compare mortgage rates for a home with peace and quiet built in. Compare your way there. Find the smartest financial products for you on NerdWallet. NerdWallet Compare Inc. NMLS 1617539. NerdWallet is not an investment advisor nor an investment broker. Information is for educational purposes only.
Without education, poverty follows a family one generation after the next. But College Bound AZ provides an educational pathway to students starting in the 7th grade and turns dreams into degrees. Your support provides laptops and other things to ignite that journey. To help, Chicago Fest West happens Saturday, March 19th at Mesa Convention Center, and the proceeds benefit College Bound AZ. It's a celebration of Chicago during Cubs spring training through music, food, a classic car show, and more. Get your tickets at ChicagoFestWest.com today.
This is Joan, enjoying some me time up on the rim. This is Simon and his friends paddling the Salt River. And this is Brad. Brad is, well, no one knows where Brad is. What they all have in common is that they went to azmvdnow.gov to quickly and easily renew their registration or 30 other services. So go to azmvdnow.gov and get more time to enjoy all the things you love.
Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canier with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Your home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Tuesday. Congratulations to Big Poppy. He's the only voted in Hall of Famer, first ballot. He got in. I'm sure there was probably some bets for this, like who was going to get in. Was Bonds going to make it? Was Clemens going to make it? There was some way to bet on this. And if you had the sports book or you had the FanDuel sports book, you could have made a bet on. I'm sure they have all these different types of bets that are going on every day. And FanDuel makes it easy for you. They're the market leader, America's #1 sports book. They are easy to use, easy to place your bet. Just like you saw, Jeffrey, with the DraftKings, it is so easy to make a bet, to find a bet. They've got the search bar there. You can look things up, prop bets, or you can discover one of their or many of their different offers that they have every day. They've got fast payouts. Listen, FanDuel is America's #1 sports book and an official sports betting partner of the NFL, and you can get it. There's no risk to just downloading it and taking a look for yourself. And if you sign up today with promo code Randy1580, you get your first bet risk-free. If it's your first time betting with FanDuel, you can enjoy 30-1 odds on any team in the NFL playoffs. And again, that's using promo code Randy1580. Turn that $5 bill you got in your pocket there into $150 if you can pick correctly. Promo code Randy1580 on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. You must be 21 or older and present in Arizona. There's a bonus issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max bonus is $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text next step to 53342. So
All
there
right.
you go, Jeff. Go.
All right, you bet. You shut up. All right, so let's get caught up on the text line here. We don't have a whole lot of time left in this show because the Michigan State and Illinois game is coming up here in a moment. Thunder Snow says he does not want the Rams or the 49ers to win. He says, go AFC. Really? Because I've never been a guy who roots for a conference. You know what I'm saying? I just like my team. And so everybody's like, oh, does that mean you're going to root for the AFC team? No.
If for some reason it were the Cowboys and the Eagles, I'd root for the AFC. So maybe I get that if you're a Cardinal fan and you're looking at
Good
this.
point. Good point.
I don't want to see good things happen to either of you.
Mr. Pink Eye says, hey, is tornado chasing a sport, Randy? What does the weather community think?
No. Tornado chasing is very dangerous. And unless you are a trained professional, a trained storm chaser, and you have one of those highly scientific and enormously armored up storm chaser vehicles, stay away.
Yeah, I mean, that's the voice of reason, but also the same voice that jumps out of the tornado truck in his underwear screaming, I just want a hug. And then, of course, they have to wrestle his drunk ass back into the tornado chasing vehicle, one Randy White.
You said you would never mention that again.
Did I? COVID fog. Sorry, man.
Boy, let me not tell you any secrets until you fully recovered from the COVID.
I might be a long hauler. It may be a while. Big Kev says it's a travesty that Barry Bonds probably won't be in the Hall of Fame. He deserved to be there. No buts about it. Last Optimist says opinions by definition do not hurt anyone. Saying Group X should be stopped with violent actions by any means, that's incitement and can be held accountable in court for subsequent physical violence. Was that something that old Schilling did? Did he say something like that?
I have no idea. That I can't tell you because I don't really follow his opinions that much because I don't really want to.
Don't care about it. Yeah.
I just know that some of them have been put out there, and I'm like, I probably wouldn't have said that out loud, but you know.
Well, if he's that kind of douchebag, but I guess if the Major League Baseball wants to sort of dictate that morality angle, then that should just mean don't put them out there for the vote. Then, if you have decided, don't put it into the hands of the voters. Make that decision yourself, and then you get to take the fire for whether that's appropriate or not appropriate. I think that'd be the best way to go. Hamilton Porter says, keep Ray Lewis out of the Hall of Fame, please. And listen, if you bet corgi races, that's when you've gone too far.
Ray Lewis didn't actually kill anybody. And I should point out, Lawrence Taylor is in the Hall of Fame. So
don't you want to talk about Marvin Harrison?
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner says, good day, gentlemen. Beautiful day in the valley, Randy. Gonna get a cold beer. Special Tuesday, Taco Tuesday to all the Blender Nation. I'm in a good mood because my wife actually suggested Taco Tuesday. She never does that. So he's very happy. Good for you,
That's
man.
awesome. That's awesome.
You.
Good for you.
Fubar 1000 says, so Randy, what's the latest and greatest on the Diamondbacks and their rebuild?
Mark Melanson. That's about it.
Yep, that's it. That's all we know. He also wants to know if we're experiencing anxiety as the football season comes to a close.
Boy, I'm not.
Every year. But usually after the championship games,
still in denial. You know what it gets you? Pro Bowl week.
Yeah.
Because that's not football. So you feel like that's another week with no football. That's the first sort of hint of no football.
Because you don't go find the Pro Bowl. You watch whatever's on TV, and that's when you realize there's nothing I want to watch on TV because I wanted to watch football.
Yeah.
Good Cat says, hey guys, what's happening? What's happening to you, man?
Well, just doing a radio show, laying down some cash on the Illini and the Michigan State.
Did you do that, or just me?
Laying some bucks down.
All right, here we go. Against the Spread says the reason Barry was not convicted for perjury is because the trainer refused to testify against him.
Right.
And
right.
Yeah. Mars Bars 805 says happy Taco Tuesday, guys. I'll take an 805, please. And he says go Duke, right, Keon?
I don't know if I can sign on that.
And a couple of people have texted in what Big George is texting in. DeAndre Ayton, Jay Crowder, and Campaign still out again for the Suns tomorrow against the Utah Jazz. So Baker's Cocky Hen says, I'm on the opposite side of this one. Go Bengals. Better they do this year. Worse their pick is next year. Browns are done, so what does it matter? And who doesn't love Chase and Burrow? That's a good point. Scratch Me Because says table tennis would be a lot more impressive if the participants had to stand on the table.
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage.
Now we're talking. Yeah.
Peter Dinklage.
Oh, no.
And not only that, instead of using a ping pong ball, a live grenade.
I'm always up for that. I'm always up for the live grenade.
Before you even introduce the live grenade, if you just stand on the table to play tennis and you're playing tennis at the same level that you're standing, are you not just playing tennis at that point?
That's a good point.
Damn it, Keon. Two things. One, Peter Dinklage. Two, live grenade. Why are you not paying attention here?
Well, look, the live grenade definitely adds a level of interest I'm there for.
I'm
just saying, if you're standing on the same level and playing tennis, you're playing tennis. You've just elevated the court.
No, you're playing table tennis.
Okay.
You're on a table.
So you're still on it. Okay. I mean,
you're playing tennis on a table with a live grenade.
Hamilton Porter says Ray Lewis didn't kill anyone. Right. Neither did OJ. Choro says,
OJ definitely did.
Ortiz was using the steroids. Mr. Pringle says,
now wait a minute. I did some reading on that. He was a part of a survey. He answered honestly in a survey. In his 13-year career, he was tested several times and never once had a positive test. So,
except for the time where he did have a positive test. So
no, he didn't have.
Technically, he did at some point do steroids, Randy.
He did before in 2003, and then during his major league career.
Illegal. When was it made illegal?
I'd have to go back and look.
Pringle says, "Wait, what's this? Blender Crew is cutting out early for Big Ten basketball. What's next? Wrestling? WWF? What's going on?
Could be. We're still looking into that.
Big Ten basketball is actually interesting to watch this year for the first time in my whole life. I'm looking forward to this."
Mr. Wilbur says, "Hey, Randy, tomorrow we should talk about the parades since we're going to have Sean Payton for coach once he joins the team, right?"
I'm not talking any parades, no.
King Kitten wants you to know there's a lot of traffic out there. Big Risk says, life without football is like the holidays with no family or loved ones. It's depressing and lonely. I don't know, man. Depends on the family, doesn't it? He says, and fellas, don't let your lady tell you 13 seconds isn't long enough. It was more than enough for Patrick Mahomes. He got it done. That's a good point. I don't know if that little logic is going to fly with the ladies, but If that's all you got. That's all you got.
Well, okay. So the steroid stuff, we're making a distinction between just steroids and then HGH, which is human growth hormone, which is a specific steroid that people were using to buzz the system there. 91 is when steroids were illegal in Major League Baseball, but 2005 is when HGH was made illegal. And that's the stuff that Barry Bonds is accused of having used, Roger Clemens, all of them.
Okay, well, Ortiz, that was a test from 2003, so he was not in an illegal situation. Though I guess once it was deemed that way, he no longer did that. So fair enough. Blissful Hayes says Kyler Murray could play table tennis if they had to play at the table. Peter Dinklage is Kyler Murray's dad, says Senior Wake and Bake.
Randy didn't even look up to throw either of those flags.
He says, guys, what you guys are describing is called pickleball. Really? Is that what it is? It's ping pong when you
don't play pickleball on a table. Everyone knows this. I mean, come on.
No,
do I have to explain it to you? You play pickleball while standing on a pickle. That's why it's called pickleball.
Yeah, and listen, I don't want my shoes smelling like pickles, so I'm going to pass. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1993, American sumo wrestler Chad Rowan was officially awarded the ancient Japanese sport's highest rank, making him the first yokozuna ever to be from a foreign place. The name literally translates to horizontal rope, representing the most visible symbol of the rank. The rope was worn around the waist to hold up the diaper. 6'8", 455-pound former basketball player, was from Honolulu. Yeah, how about that? Sumo wrestler. I didn't know they had a name for that. Yokozuna.
What was that again?
Yokozuna.
I think I owned one of those in high school. It's a three-wheeler, isn't it?
No. It's the rope.
The Yokozuna.
It's the rope. No, you're thinking Yokohama or Yoko Ono. It's a Yoko Ono.
Ono. No, that was John Lennon's wife.
Yeah, same thing. No, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a ride.
Just Googled it, by the way.
Oh,
oh God.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
Straight fire.
I was just going to say, Chad Rowan, massive, 6'8", 514 pounds.
455 pounds.
I always thought the vertical rope was the thong, not a Yokozuna.
No, you can't see that one.
No,
you can see the one sort of around the waist. The one that
I
goes
don't think
in the
you
crack,
can see that vertical rope for the sumo wrestlers either.
You can't see it at all. Kiss the Cook says Yokozuna. I just had that with 3 egg rolls. I love those things.
Hello.
Random texter says, who doesn't love Chase and Burrow? I can tell you with the most passion. As a Kansas City Chiefs fan, I can't stand them. In fact, I hope they both get temporary case of not COVID, but just COVID fog next weekend.
Wow.
That was the nicest way of trying to wish ill on somebody. I hope they get it. I hope they don't get it. But I want them to get it. I don't want them to get it.
And I suppose after the national championship of LSU, I suppose Clemson also is not a big fan of Chase and Burrow either.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
No. Let's see here. Blissful A says, so I guess the Fighting Illini won't play with Cockburn tonight. That's right. They will not be putting the Cockburn on the Spartans.
They will be out of pain.
Scratch Me Because says, if you could just get a sumo wrestler to learn to skate, best NHL goalie ever.
There we go.
He's not
there
wrong.
We go. But when he does the splits, yikes.
Well, why would he? You wouldn't even need him to do the splits. Have him do the sits. Then his ass will get stuck to the ice though, because it's bare.
Yeah, we might lose some great players that way, especially if they're around the net.
You definitely lose some skin. Listen, we don't have a whole lot of time left, but I do need to ask a quick question. Did you guys see this logo on? What's wrong with this logo? You see the logo? First thing you look at, you think, "Oh my God, it's bleeding." The Super Bowl logo. I saw this on the TV between Al and Chris Collinsworth on NBC. And if you look at it, doesn't it look like it's like oozing blood?
A little bit, yeah. Like that could be the cover of a metal album.
Well, if you look closely, those are trees, and it's a sunset behind some trees. It makes it look red, and but then with the tree stalks that come down from it, because it's just sunset bleary, looks like, oh my God, it's dripping in blood.
It's either that or it looks like a fire, which is not good to probably bring up for a Super Bowl based in California.
Well, yeah, that's also a good point. Yeah. Could be, oh, dear Lord. Well, the Roman numerals LVI, palm tree right there, and then it looks like it's bleeding. So is this possibly a bad omen.
It's not a good start.
What do you mean a bad omen? What do you mean?
You know, like somebody's going to get injured at this Super Bowl. It's going to be gruesome.
This Super Bowl, there will be blood.
What?
There will be blood. He said there will be blood.
That's what the sign says. I didn't. That's clearly what they wanted me to infer from that sign.
Wait, are you sure that's not just Tom Brady's bloody lip from the game the other day?
Hard to tell.
Good day.
Super Bowl LVI Dexter edition. CSI Super Bowl. Well,
CSI
I need
LVI.
to whip off the glasses. We don't have time. Wow. Oh, dear God. I have to edit this, but I don't know if I can. I don't know how to. Blissful Hayes. That's text of the day. Can't even read that. Usually, you find those in the back of the toilet.
Wow. Wow.
Ah. Well, that's what that needs. That's all I'm going to just. Let's just all go home now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Coming up next, it's Michigan State versus the Fighting Illini. See you tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Dreaming of a change of pace? Let NerdWallet help you compare your